Hey, if you're wondering, is now the right time to buy or sell a home here in the Dallas market? Well, I've got the latest market insights that you can't afford to miss out on. Hey, everybody, my name is Alex Piech. I'm a local real estate agent serving the Dallas, Texas market. And today I'm going to be breaking down the August 2024 real estate trends, answering a lot of the questions that you guys might have, whether you're thinking about buying or selling. We're going to talk about how sales have been, home values, interest rates, buyer demand. This way you could use that information to figure out what's right for you. You're thinking about buying, thinking about selling. Hopefully we could add some tremendous insight on today's video. So without further ado, guys, I want to pull up our report here. This is a report that if you've watched our channel before, you know very well, as we go through this every single month. This is the Dallas, Texas, North Dallas market. And what I like to do is kind of put together all of the markets that we service. So this is going to include Plano, Frisco, Prosper, Salina, McKinney, Allen, Little Elm, the Colony. So most of your North Dallas suburbs are included in this report. So let's go through the report and we'll kind of break things down. As you can see, the report was put out on the 4th of August. So this is all the most relevant information. Now, I do want to take a minute to explain to you guys, this information, the facts that I'm sharing with you are actual numbers that are pulled down every 30 days from our multiple listing service. So this is the reality of what's actually happening in the market. So there is no opinion. These are the actual sales and market information. I wanted to disclose that because a lot of times we get comments of people saying, hey, that's your opinion. I think the market is doing something different. This is what's really happening. I want to take opinion completely out of this and share just the facts, because you might be thinking about buying or selling and you need to know what's really happening in the market so you could set the proper expectations. The first number I look at is what's called the pending sales ratio. Right here in the first column, you can see it's just about 26%. What does that mean? That means if you look at all the homes on the market currently in North Dallas, 26% of them already have a sales contract, okay? So right now there are 1,240 homes under contract. That's leaving about 3,547 homes available for sale. Now, this pending sales number has been going downward, okay? At one point during the pandemic, as this pending sales was in the 70% range. That's not normal. A 25 to 30% pending sales ratio is still described as an active real estate market, much more in a normalized range. So I always tell people, in the last 24 months, we've seen real estate normalize, okay? What we've been accustomed to leading up from 2017, 18, and 19. Things are just back to normal. So let's talk a little bit more about that. When you look at the price range here in North Dallas, that $400,000 to $600,000 price range is where you see the largest number of contracts currently pending. So that tells you there's a lot of buyer demand between $400,000 and $600,000, okay? The median list price is about $635,000. Now, guys, if you are in Frisco, you're in Prosper, even parts of Allen, that price point is probably in the upper $700,000-$800,000 price range. So this is a blend of all of the North Dallas markets. This is a great chart. It shows you the number of homes for sale on the market by price point. The black line is properties for sale. The green line is the number of homes under contract. So you can see they kind of correlate. You see a lot of buyer demand in the price points where we also see the most amount of homes for sale. So again, very common, very normal here. We've had 6,622 successful home sales in the last 6 months. Very important. That is a lot of transactions. Now, we are much lower than, say, 2017, 18, 19, where historically, if you look at the real estate market as a whole, we're very accustomed to seeing 5-6 million homes sell annually. At our peak, we saw over 7 million homes in the United States sell. We're now somewhere into the 4 million, lower 4 million home sales. So for the last 2 years, the biggest thing that's happened in real estate is the number of transactions has been going down, which has reduced inventory. There's not as many homes for sale on the market. We'll talk more about that. So again, we're at 6,622 successful sales in the last 6 months. Interestingly, in the last 6 months, almost 2,000 homes listed and failed to sell. Very interesting, and definitely got a lot to talk about there, because I believe there's only a very few reasons why homes fail to sell. And one of the primary reasons we see homes not selling in today's market is they probably got inappropriate advice on pricing. They probably priced their home and were pushing the market. And they might have been pricing their home based on previous sales during the pandemic, or with the interest rate volatility that we see. You know, if there was a moment in a year where rates dropped, home sales will probably pick up. And if you price your home based on that market when rates are actually slightly higher now, the buyer demand changes. So we see a lot of sellers that just they're not getting the proper market advice. They're not understanding how to position their home based on the current market, and they're missing out. They're either overpricing, the home does not match the price with the condition of the market, and or the buyer demand for that price range. So those are all very, very important things that we talk about with our sellers. So we are seeing more and more home sellers fail to sell. The good news is, guys, if you are one of those sellers, we have really specialized in helping those sellers get their homes back on the market, and have successfully helped those sellers sell. And for many times, very close to the same price they were on originally. There was either a marketing issue, a condition issue. So it's been fantastic that we've been able to help those sellers out. Now, days on market, the days on market is going up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The days on market is going up. Now, I'm not even going to talk about this because they are using what's called the median, okay? And in my opinion, that's not a very good representation of what the reality is in the market. So let me come back full screen and I'll talk to you about what I'm really seeing in the market. So homes that are successfully selling are usually selling in about 30 to 35 days. That's the sweet spot. So if you're a seller, you really want to make sure you're getting an offer somewhere in that first month. What I'm seeing is the homes that are active on the market. If maybe you push the price a little bit higher, maybe your home's not in the greatest condition, your home is probably going to sit a little longer. And it's not uncommon to see the average days on market for a listed home to be in the 50s and 60-day mark in many of the markets. So you can see the difference. Homes that are priced well, that show well in good condition, selling in under 30 days. Those that are not have been sitting on the market in excess of almost 2 months. And many of those homes are making price adjustments downward. So we call it kind of chasing the market down. They're trying to find the appropriate price to generate a buyer for their home. So that is what I am seeing, which is good for sellers who price right, home shows well. You're going to sell fast and you're going to get top dollar. Many of our homes today are still getting multiple offers. We listed a home on July 2nd. By July 5th, we had 5 offers, all over asking. Our seller netted $30,000 over their list price. Okay, so that still does happen in the market. A lot of it has to do with where you price, what your condition is. So just be aware of that. That is the biggest difference. And as a buyer, there's opportunity in looking at those homes that have been on the market for 30, 60, 90 days. As a seller, if you're getting past that 30-day mark, you need to have a serious conversation about what do we do wrong? Where are we mispositioned on the market? What do we need to do to correct that to get our home sold? So wanted to share that information because that's what I'm actually seeing in today's market. So, and I tell you all that because again, they're using the median day, which is just the middle number, and that's not a great representation. The other thing here is the median list price to sales price ratio. It says 99%. Median list price sales price ratio. Here's what I can tell you. Again, the median is the middle number. I'm seeing the average home seller right now. If you're one of those sellers that is selling in the first 30 days or less, you are getting darn near full asking price and or over list price. If you get past that 30 days, most sellers are making price adjustments. And what the median sales price is not taking into consideration, and the reason why I wanted to go full screen is because they're taking the median based on the current price and the sale. They're not talking about where did that seller start? What was the original list price? The number I track is original list price to final sales price. How much is the average seller negotiating? So don't be surprised if you see homes that are coming in at about 93 to 95%. That's probably much more realistic in the market. However, if you find a great home just listed, don't be surprised if that sells at asking price or more. There is a difference based on how many days the home has been sitting on the market. I'm excited about this. The absorption rate, this is the month's supply of inventory. How many months of homes are currently available for sale? We're going to show you a chart in a minute here that describes what a seller's market is defined as, what a buyer's market is defined as, but 3.2 months is still a very strong market. And we've been sitting at 2.9 to 3.2 months supply of inventory for the last 3 to 4 months. So we haven't seen a ton of change in the market as well, which is good. Sold prices, obviously you kind of see that seasonality trend. Things are going up May, June, July, August. We see this number every single year. Days on market kind of takes a dip. July always goes up. August, because we are back to school. So historically, that's a trend you're going to see over and over and over. And then again, if you've watched our videos in the past about these market updates, you know this is one of my favorite charts right here because this breaks down the entire market and it breaks it down by price point. So if you're a buyer, you can go to your buying price range and say, let me see what's happening with homes that I would be interested in buying. If you're a seller, you go to your price range and say, let me see what my competition is doing, and I can garner a lot of information about what I should expect in the market. Here's an interesting one. If you're under 600,000, you are under 3 months supply of inventory. You are 2.8. That means that is a strong seller's market, okay? Very low inventory. Now, if you just go up to over 600, you could see there's nearly 1 month additional inventory. So there's more homes listed in that price range. So there's probably going to be a little bit more competition in that price range as well. But you could see how many homes are active. Here's what I was talking. Look at this, guys, the average, okay? Average days on market, 49, where the median is telling you 36. So you can see why I prefer to use the average. So the average home, 49 days on the market. Here's the pending ratio. Again, you're seeing it's all in mid 20% range, all the way up to $1.1 million is above 25%, which is interesting. Number of homes that are failing to sell, that's important. There are homes not selling. And then the number of homes that successfully sold. Look at the average days on market. So this is the most telling thing here. Homes that sold on average 33 days. Homes sitting on the market are at 49 days. So you can see the difference there. And here's what I was talking about. Look at the average original list price to average sold price. So that is not 99% because they're taking the final numbers here. So right there, that is about, what's that, $16,000, somewhere in that range. $14,000 negotiating room. So they are making price adjustments and then successfully selling. So that's what you're seeing. But man, look at how strong the market is, even into the mid luxury price point, 1.2 to 1.8 million. Still seeing homes successfully sell for top dollar, sell relatively quickly. Overall, our market, like I said, is 3.2 months of inventory. Here's the chart that I was talking about. What is a seller's market? What is a buyer's market? You can see the red and orange, which is basically going to put you to under 6 months. If a market has less than 6 months supply of inventory, that is considered a seller's market, okay? And again, I apologize. I know it was a short screen here, so hopefully you guys got to see some of that. We'll blow it up here so you could see more. But 3.2 months, the red and orange favor the seller, which means there's fewer homes on the market and strong buyer demand. When you get to 6 months and higher, it's considered a buyer's market, which means there's more homes to choose from than there are buyers looking. So buyers can be more selective. They can take their time. They can write more aggressive offers on properties there. So this is one of my favorite reports. And as always, guys, you can download this report below the video. I highly recommend you do that. We also have these individual market reports for the different cities that we service. So like Plano, Frisco, McKinney, Prosper, some of the different areas that we will service. So you can look at those individual markets as well. But overall, what we've seen here recently, and if you've been following the market, maybe you're aware, we saw a dip in interest rates. Interest rates were sitting slightly over 7%. They came down to about 6.4% here recently. They went down based on some economic data as far as job growth and wage growth, both kind of coming in underperforming. Therefore, it put some relief into the market. The 10-year Treasury bond came down and rates came down. You probably also heard about the Federal Reserve meeting that is scheduled for September. There is more than a 50% likelihood that the Federal Reserve is actually going to make its first cut into the Fed's fund rate. That in itself will then also put some relief into the interest rate market. So by the end of this year, September, October, November, December, I'm anticipating mortgage rates to be anywhere between 6 and 6.5%. Right now, they're just slightly under 6.5%. They could go down more. So what does that mean in the market? What should you be prepared for? If you're a buyer, I personally would seriously consider buying right now, because if you could find a home when there's not as many buyers on the market, homes are taking a little bit longer to sell, you can negotiate a fair deal. And then when rates come down, you can refinance and recoup the savings. So you have the home you want, the ability to recoup the savings. And if rates go down at the end of the year or beginning of next year, a ton of buyers are going to enter the market. When those buyers enter the market, there's going to be more buyer competition. You could potentially see more multiple offers, which will drive home values up. So you'd probably end up paying more for the home, even though the rates come down, and that could offset your monthly payment. But what did you miss out on? You missed out on the equity that the home value went up. So that's why most of my smart buyers are seriously considering buying now if they can find the right home. Sellers, this is a fantastic time because rates kind of took a dip. More buyers are coming into the market. It is a fantastic time to have your home on the market because buyer demand is going up and we're still seeing multiple offers. So when rates come down, that's usually good for sellers because it brings more buyers to the market. Better possibility of selling your home for more money, maybe even multiple offers. The things you want to consider is, what is your next move? If you are also going to sell and buy, it might be better for you to do so now for the same reasons I just said the buyer should seriously consider it. Because if you wait for your home value to go up, but you're buying a more expensive home, well, those values went up. It would actually be a net loss for you. So overall, things are really good. Now, real estate is hyper local. So I want to make sure everyone aware of that, because if you're looking at the Austin real estate market, it is not performing like Dallas. It doesn't have the job growth. It doesn't have the diversity in the industries that we have. It doesn't have the migration of people from other cities in other states moving in. So real estate is always hyper local. Now you want to be aware of what's happening at the macro level of real estate, the overall country, but then you need to pay attention to where am I looking to buy? What's going on in that market? How's the job market? How's the real estate market? How's the inventory? How's the distressed foreclosure market? Do your homework on the areas you're interested in. Know that you're buying into an area, and that is what's most important, is how is that market performing. If you've got questions and you're thinking about buying or selling, you just want to discuss, is now the right time for you or should you wait? We're here to help you formulate the best home buying and selling plans that are customized around your goals and your time frame. My information is below. Feel free, reach out. We'd love to chat about the market, your home buying, home selling needs, and help you formulate the best plan possible to help you reach your goals. So again, guys, it's Alex with eXp Realty. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, taking a look at the August 2024 real estate market trends here for the Dallas, Texas market. We'll catch you next month for the September edition. Take care, everybody.